New tonight, the death toll in New Orleans is now at 15 after a pickup truck carrying an ISIS flag drove straight into crowds gathered on Bourbon Street in the city's famous French Quarter just hours into the new year. Along with the dead, dozens of people suffered injuries. NBC's Tom Yamis reports.
In the opening hours of the new year, terror on the streets of New Orleans. Cell phone video capturing the scene of bodies sprawled out along the city's famed Bourbon Street.
Responses from Allen Bourbon.
The wounded being treated while still laying in the road.
We're dealing with EMS right now. Right now, we're working in a triage area.
Video courtesy of EarthCam showing police racing towards the carnage where a driver plowed his pickup truck into the crowds in the historic French Quarter. In this video, you can see the truck getting around a police cruiser, blocking the entrance to Bourbon, then racing through the street packed with revelers, killing as many as 15 and injuring dozens of others.
He was hell-bent on creating the carnage and the damage that he did.
Police say the suspect started his attack at 3:15 a.m. local, first using his car as a weapon, mowing people down at high speed on the 3 blocks between Canal and Conti Streets before crashing into a crane. He died in a shootout with police. This video capturing the sounds of gunshots. 2 police officers were shot and injured.
The guy in the pickup truck just punched the gas and mowed over the barricade and hit a pedicab passengers. And there were just bodies and the screams. I mean, you can't think about, unhear that. It was chaos and very, very scary.
The FBI, the lead agency on the investigation, identified the suspect as 42-year-old Shamshuddin Jabbar, a U.S. citizen from Texas, and they're still hunting additional potential co-conspirators.
We do not believe that Jabbar was solely responsible.
The FBI says Jabbar was driving a rented Ford pickup truck.
An ISIS flag was located on the trailer hitch of the vehicle, and the FBI is working to determine the subject's potential associations and affiliations with terrorist organizations.
The FBI says also found in the truck weapons and an improvised explosive device, plus 2 IEDs found elsewhere in the French Quarter were rendered safe.
After hitting the crowd, he exited the vehicle and fired upon local law enforcement. Law enforcement returned fire, and the subject was pronounced deceased at the scene.
According to Texas records, Jabbar had 2 misdemeanor charges in his past, one for theft and the other for driving with an invalid license. In a YouTube video posted 4 years ago, Jabbar identifies himself as a realtor and a Texas property manager.
I'm born and raised in Beaumont, Texas, and now live in Houston.
In the video, he says he spent 10 years in the military as a human resources and IT specialist. The U.S. Army confirmed he served in the regular Army and then the Army Reserves, saying Jabbar deployed to Afghanistan from February 2009 to January 2010 and ended his service at the rank of Staff Sergeant. President Biden today saying the FBI has been briefing him on the killer.
Mere hours before the attack, he posted videos on social media indicating that he was inspired by ISIS, expressing a desire to kill.
In New Orleans, Bourbon Street now an active crime scene with authorities searching for answers.
We need the public's help. We are asking if anybody has any interactions with Shamshuddin Jabbar in the last 72 hours that you contact us. The FBI is asking the public's help.
That was NBC's Tom Yamis reporting. Now, a woman from Westbrook was in the French Quarter on vacation just hours before the attack. Heather O'Brien, who is a former News Center Maine producer, says she, friends, and family spent time downtown near where the incident happened Tuesday night before watching fireworks and heading to where they're staying around 1 a.m. She says it's an unnerving way to start the new year.
To be there and be close call, but then you think of the poor victims and like who you might have come across and their families. Are they visiting? Are they locals? Like, it's a hard way to start the new year when you were so hopeful and so filled with community the night before to have this happen, whether you live in this community or not.
New Orleans was set to host the Sugar Bowl college playoff game today. That has been postponed until tomorrow. Officials are also evaluating safety conditions for the Super Bowl, which the city is set to host in February.